Hi, I don't know if you guys can hear the train in the background. Yeah, it's gone now. Um, the insects are going to come out in force today now that I'm outside. And when I say insects, I do mean stalkers. Let's go back. On Tuesday, the 26th of February 2019, a house meeting was called. The house meeting involved myself, a tenant I live with, Amoral, a temporary support worker, BW, and that's about the size of it. There was a house meeting to discuss our issues and all kinds of different things, and I complained about noise pollution. And Amoral said, oh, it's okay, I'm just a little bit upset right now. You know, I've been upset lately. I'll keep it down. I'll wear headphones. I said, listen very carefully. This isn't the first time that she's going to do this nonsense, and it isn't going to be the last. Okay? It's not the first time she's been, gaslighting me and using noise pollution to get to me. It's not the first time she's done it, and it's not going to be the last. That's when she started popping off. Started talking about me leaving period pads in the bathroom. She started talking about me threatening. Listen to this, right? If you want to know who Amoral is colluding with, listen very carefully to the people she says I attacked. Listen very carefully to the people whose names she brings up. That's how you know she's about to throw these motherfuckers under the bus, right? So, she accused me of threatening weakling. She also accused me of trying to have sex. You guys remember that bisexual stud I talked about months ago? Well, Amoral tried to accuse me of raping her, as you know, of trying to rape this woman. So what that means is, in this case, is that she basically said to the support worker, Fabienne tried to have sex with this woman when she had genital warts, and she tried to do it when this woman was drunk. And when she didn't get what she wanted, and when another person came around, she acted like a crazy stalker. Now, this is the same person that Amoral had living in her house for 2 weeks. And this is the same person that Amoral threw way under the bus. Okay? Amoral threw her way under the bus. Now she wants to bring up her name to say that I tried to rape this woman. So she came out with that, and she also admitted to stalking my social media. She says, oh, you've been going on your social media. You call me amoral. Oh, you think I don't know? Bitch, I ain't as stupid as you. Like, I know that you know. And the fact that you've admitted to stalking my social media, now it's on. Because you admitted to stalking, and because your mouth is big, I know you've been showing it to your friends. And because of the people that you accused me of attacking, I know you showed my social media to them too. Because word gets around, my friend. Do you seriously think you were going to accuse me of attempted rape and I weren't going to say nothing? I wasn't going to be open. I might as well be open about the social media. I might as well be open about the shit. Because you're out here accusing me of trying to fuck somebody with genital warts. To cover up for noise pollution and harassment that I've been complaining about for months. Because that's what you do. You deflect. So anyway, while BW was writing minutes, she didn't note down what Amoral had said about me and what I said about her and Brent Mind. So I asked her to do this for me. I said, look, I asked her on Wednesday, or she got back to me on Wednesday, and she said she would give me copies of the minutes, and she would give me a record of exactly what was said during the meeting, because that's what I asked for. She said she'll give me the minutes. That was on Wednesday, the 27th of February. It is now Monday, the 11th of March. I still haven't received those minutes. And minutes don't take long to send. So what's the hold up? Right? A meeting was also proposed on the 27th of February, after that meeting happened. A meeting on the 4th of March was proposed for us to sit down and discuss our issues. That meeting on the 4th of March was not attended by Amoral. And because it wasn't attended by Amoral, I didn't attend it. I said, don't waste my time with this shit. If you call a meeting, you expect us all to be there. I expect us all to be there. Otherwise, I ain't showing up. Right? This is what I'm saying. It is extreme, Wendy. It's insane. Let's go to Thursday, 28th of February. I complained about more gaslighting and more taunting about my social media and more goads of me to rant on Twitter by Amoral again. I reported that, right? Wendy, it is purposeful. It's entirely purposeful. It is purposeful to avoid writing minutes and to avoid giving me the minutes. They didn't have no problem writing my shit when I was being threatening and when I was insulting people, but the minute I need serious evidence on a serious accusation, they're not going to take it seriously. They're not going to write it down. So let's get back to Thursday the 28th. I complained about gaslighting. I complained about what was going on, right? BW showed up in the next 20 minutes after she saw my text, right? She spoke to me first. I told her what was going on. She proposed the meeting again. She proposed another meeting. I think she did. No, she proposed the 4th of March meeting. She said we can discuss it on Monday. I think it's best we discuss it on Monday. She goes to Amoral now. BW goes to Amoral now. And Amoral starts talking about, she opens up her mouth again and says that she's been stalking my social media. This time saying that, because this is true. This is true. This is what I said. I said, the best revenge against you would be for me to leave myself and you and everybody who was bullying me alive and unharmed. The end goal. Sorry about that. So if you ever want to see the end goal of abuse against a person for that sustained amount of time, especially with the kind of sustained amount of time that I've been putting up with, there's only one possible outcome that you're trying to look for. You're trying to look for this person to snap and hurt you and themselves, kill you and themselves. So what I said was, my revenge is going to be something the opposite to that. My revenge is going to be leaving you alive and unharmed. As long as I'm not touching you and as long as I'm not harming you, you're going to take this L. That's what I said. So she's right about that. She's right about what I said. But notice how she tried to make that seem like a threat. And then tried to make it seem like I was threatening her somehow, or all I said was, I'm going to take revenge by not hurting you. That sent her mind into a spiral, because that's not supposed to be happening. Yeah. So she said that to BW, and she tried to make out like oh, it's so crazy, it's so crazy. Anybody with half a brain would know what I meant. Like, it's not even, anybody with half a brain would know what I meant, mentally ill or not. So let's just get that out of the way. Second, not second, but another thing I want to bring up is what happened today. What happened today was BD, a long time Brent Mine staff member, BD, came round, showed the property to some potential new tenants. She showed them around, said this is the bathroom, this is where we do da. And then, like, in a brief interim, she came to see myself and Amoral. She came to see me first. My room was messy as fuck. She came to see me, right? Sorry. The thing is, I actually said, it was actually me that approached the support at BD first. I said, aren't we supposed to be having a meeting at 2:30? And then she said, can I come in? And then she said, what's this meeting you're talking about? And I'm thinking, are you serious? like BW deliberately said that let's meet at 2:30. This is a meeting that involves you and you have no idea what I'm talking about? That's the first red flag. Second red flag is that you're trying to tell me, first, when I insist that everybody has to be present at these meetings so that Amoral can actually be accountable for the things that come out of her mouth, right? BD is over here telling me, oh, we need to see you, just you on your own. I said, no, it doesn't work like that. If there's a meeting that involves all of us, then it needs to involve all of us. I've been attending these meetings with just me. when it wasn't supposed to be just me. I've done that twice now. I would have done that 3 times. Yeah? So I'm not trying to hear it. And it was only after like 3 or 4 times that I reiterated this, maybe even 5 times. That's when she started backing down and saying, oh, okay, well, let's get everyone in the same room. Yeah, bitch, I already said that. So basically, you're trying to take, you know that I'm not going to budge. So basically, you're trying to take that and you're trying to turn it around to make it look like it was your idea. No, it was always my idea. The public can see that because I've been talking about it. The public can see exactly what and what hasn't been said. They know it's always been me that insisted on having these meetings with everybody involved. Everybody knows that. So what are you trying to do here? And with that out of the way, I also threw in, because my room was messy as fuck at the time. And I said, you can see how this whole situation is affecting me. This has been 10 months worth of abuse that Brent Mind has done nothing about. And then I'm getting the whole, oh, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing much we can do. I'm like, piss off. Piss off. You send warning letters to me for burning sage. You can't send warning letters to this bitch for taunting and harassment. She should have been out months ago. Amoral should have been out months ago. You still got her here. With that out of the way, let me go into the reasons why Amoral isn't attending. Because first, she's worried that I'm going to be too calm. First of all, right, being calm doesn't mean that you're telling the truth. Being emotional doesn't mean that you're telling the truth. Do you know what means you're telling the truth? Facts mean you're telling the truth. Evidence means you're telling the truth. And not just evidence that's fabricated either. Evidence that actually lines up people's actions, what they say, what they do. It actually lines up. That is telling the truth. It doesn't matter whether I'm calm or whether I'm emotional. If I'm telling the truth, I'm telling the truth. That's the fucking end of it. But these psychopaths are all about image and they're all about trying to look good. So, of course, if I'm being calm, it makes them look bad in their minds. I'm still telling the truth. Who the fuck cares? That's A. B, the second reason why Amoral ain't showing up to these meetings is because she knows that if she actually has to answer for what she said and what she's done, it means one or two things. Either one, the people that she said I threatened and tried to rape, they're going to have to be her witnesses to say, yeah, Fabian did this to us. In which case there are going to be police reports, investigations. Or second, she's going to have to admit to lying, in which case I can call the police and say this person's been slandering me, harassing me, stalking me. And not only that, she's got other people complicit because they've been saying the same thing around town too. When you are stalking someone and you invite your whole social circle to do the same thing, that is gang stalking. So Amoral, through her confession in that meeting 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago, Amoral actually admitted to stalking. And when it comes to people in her life that she keeps bringing up, she has made them complicit in the stalking also one way or another. Because she makes friends with everybody. Everybody in this house and outside of it. She can't shut her fucking mouth for 2 minutes and she's always socializing. There is no way she hacks into my accounts and everyone... there is no way she is hacking into my account and she's not showing other people. There's no way, because she needs to feel like she's in control and she needs to represent herself like she's in control. She needs to represent herself as the protagonist, as the hero in every situation. That's why when people call her on her bullshit, she tries to deflect it and turn it around on me. Say I'm lying. Say I'm turning things around on her. Say I'm trying to look like the hero. Say I'm trying to take control of the situation. Because that's exactly what she tries to do. I'm going to be real with you. Me and her are I think in a lot of ways, we have similar traits. We're both mouthy as fuck. We both can't shut up for love or money. But there's a difference. I want to come across... I'm actually trying to tell the truth to people. And my intentions are not just to get revenge on this one bitch. This is not just about me and Amoral. This is not just about a neighborhood feud. What goes on in here affects how vulnerable people are treated in general. If they are left unprotected like this, and they're left being open to, in my case, right, I'm being left open to serious crimes such as stalking, harassment, and slander. In Amoral's case, she's being made vulnerable because she is being made open to committing crimes and getting away with it. What if she gets caught? That can land her in hospital all over again. Worse, prison. This is not just about a feud between me and Amoral. This affects vulnerable people on a, on at least a council level. This has a big effect on the way vulnerable people are treated. It's not a fucking joke. This is a human rights issue. This is health care. This is health and welfare, it's called. Health and welfare. You can't fucking treat people like this. This is bigger than just me and Amoral's fucking beef. She's a stupid little girl who says stupid things. Fine. It's not about her. It's about Brent Mind. It's about police. It's about council. It wasn't even about Natalie Lane in fucking Harlesden. That cunt. It was never about the neighbours. It was never about the neighbours. It was always about the authority figures. It was always about the police. It was always about the councils. It was always about the charities that are involved in looking after vulnerable people. They're not doing their jobs. And now they want to hide behind austerity cuts. Don't give me that shit. How hard is it to charge somebody for hacking somebody's phone and stalking them and harassing them? It's not hard. These people are deliberately making life more difficult for vulnerable people than they need to be. And being rewarded for it. But one good outcome came out of Amoral's mouth. One good outcome came out of this. Now people know that I'm not making gangstalking up. Now people know that gangstalking is actually real and it's actually happening. She confirmed it. She opened her mouth and confirmed it. And because there are other people in this neighborhood that I sent leaflets 2 years ago that are still following my social media now, it means a lot of neighbors are complicit. It means suddenly my complaints about the Romanian family suddenly don't seem so far-fetched. And as for the handlers, what the handlers like to do is when I threaten to get too confident or when I threaten to tell the truth too much, what they like to do is they like to make threats. They like to make threats. They're talking about, if I keep going on social media and I keep running my mouth, it could affect my right to rent. They keep talking about if I, go on my social media and rant about Britain or the UK or what the UK is doing, they can just deport me because my grandparents are immigrants. First of all, let me tell you something, right? Councils, I know the handlers are within the council and they're within the police and they're within Freemasonry. Yeah? You moved me out of my family home to move me here. It's a lovely place. I can't complain. You moved me to a great place. Okay? Beautiful home. All right? But you moved me from there to here. And look at what I was able to do on my own. With nobody helping me. With nobody on my back. With nobody to tell me what to do. Look at what I was able to do. Look at the impact I was able to make. Just from laying on my fucking back, being sick with depression and anxiety and being traumatized day in, day out. And Twitter and social media were my only outlet. Look at what I was able to do with it. When you moved me away from my home. When you moved me away from everything that I knew. 12th house astrology, bitch. Don't try that shit with me. Go ahead and move me out. That just means more people in more places know about your dirty laundry. Go ahead and fucking try me, bitch. Go ahead and fucking try me. But you want to threaten my right to rent and threaten me with deportation. You know full fucking well, if I wasn't being gang stalked, then it wouldn't be. Who out of the two of us really and truly, who out of the two of us would be, who out of me and Amoral would be affected by right to rent if I wasn't being gang stalked? If Amoral did everything that she was doing and I wasn't being gang stalked, who would be affected by right to rent more, myself or her? Obviously it would be her. If it came to me and Amoral being threatened with deportation, if I wasn't being gang stalked, who out of the two of us would be threatened with deportation? Would it not be Amoral? Her parents are not English. Mine are. But I'm being gang stalked. So while you're out here giving these criminals a pass, of course I'm going to be in danger. Because that's not exactly the way you play it. That's the way you psychopaths play it. You can't help your fucking selves. You always need to be in control. Like I said, 12th house astrology. I could lose everything tomorrow and sleep like a motherfucking baby. It ain't nothing to me. In fact, look at what I have lost. And look at what I was able to do with that. Because you took it away from me. Look at what I was able to do. So that's it for the video for today. You know. And that's what Amoral, you know, like, you know, every time this bitch is backed into a corner, she tries to talk about what a loving and wonderful person she is. Motherfucker, you could defecate ice cream. You could defecate ice cream. It doesn't make a fucking difference. It doesn't matter what kind of person you are. It matters what your actions are and what you've brought to the table. You could say you're a lovely person. You could even be a lovely person. But if your actions are shit, guess what? That's exactly what I'm talking about when I say these sociopaths and narcissists. They always want to go into this whole fucking grandiose speech about what heroes they are. But bullshit. Bullshit. I'm tired of the fucking lies. That's why I'm so angry. That's why I'm so angry. It's not just the injustice of the justice of the whole situation. It's who it affects. Amoral was halfway on her way to moving out of here to avoid having a meeting to answer for what she's done. She was actually trying to move out. Do you understand how dangerous that is on a grand scale? That's why people are out here homeless, and people, mentally ill people, shuffling around, going to be injections, and then coming out of injections to sleep on the fucking street. Because of shit like this, that's why it's happening. So yeah, I'm going to be motherfucking angry about it. It would be different if it was just me. I'd be celebrating if it was just me. But it's not just me. I'm not a nice person. Everyone knows that. I'm a vengeful bitch. Everyone knows that. But it doesn't matter what kind of person I am. What is going on and who does it affect? That's the important thing. And now I gotta go, man. Peace.